Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to get your brush letters to look neat and consistent. So I'll be covering 5 useful tips in this. So yeah, let's get started. So my number 1 tip is to take care of your loops and to keep all your loops consistent. For example, so here this is the baseline, and this is the X height, and this is the top line. Now generally I start my ascending loops at the X height. So when I start from here and it goes down here, again for all the other letters also I need to ensure the same loops. So again here I start and it ends here, it goes here down, but in this particular letter it has started below the X height. It was supposed to start from here. So this makes it look a little inconsistent. So we'll do it the right way. Again, I'm starting at the X height. So now if you see all these ascending loops start at the X height. You need to keep the descending loops also consistent, but I guess you got the idea. Alright, so let's move to the next tip. So the next thing will be to keep the tilt of your letters consistent. In this example, you'll find that this letter is tilted towards this direction. This letter is straight. This letter is tilted towards the right. And this is kind of straight but kind of tilted. So yeah, if you want your letters to look consistent, it will be better if you have all the letters tilted to one particular direction. But yes, there are exceptions. Suppose you're going for bounce lettering. Yeah, you can break all of these rules. It's the style that you want to go for. So let's see how it will look when we keep the tilts straight. If you want a tilt, we can also do it like so. Now you'll find that all the letters are straight, are all tilted towards a consistent direction. Same with this. So we'll move to the next tip, and that is to keep consistent entry strokes. Entry stroke is this stroke which connects one letter to the next letter. So it is entering the next letter, so we call it entry stroke. But for this letter, it would be called an exit stroke. So in this case, you will find that this entry stroke meets this letter at this point. But here it meets over here, and over here it reaches till here and here. So preferably, I would suggest you to keep the strokes consistent. I can explain that here. So suppose we would like to have it this way, this entry stroke goes till here. Here also in the next letter we would again take it up to this level, and this is already going up till here. Same for this, again instead of entering the next letter here, we would try to enter it from here, so that now all the letters should be entering at the same level. So let's fix it over here. So now if you noticed, all the entry strokes are at the same level, and it looks more consistent than the previous one. So let's go into tip number 4, which is the entry stroke width. So in this word, you'll find that this the entry stroke, it goes from here to here. And here it goes like for one space. Here again it goes a little longer, and here it's too short, like way too short. So this is the inconsistency I'm talking about here. Preferably in the previous tip we saw that all have to meet at a consistent level, but it is also important to keep the width of the entry strokes also consistent, or else your letters will look spaced out unevenly. So let's fix this. Suppose you're not getting the strokes right, always after each stroke take a pause and then go with the next, and take a pause and again go with the next. So you really do not want to rush. Try to keep your letters as neat as possible, no matter how long it takes. So yeah, here now we'll check again. You can see that all the entry strokes are consistent. So this looks more neat and consistent than this word over here. So my last tip of this video is to take care of the width of your letters. This is a little tricky, but I hope you get the hang of it. It comes with practice, but it's a small tip that I can give you. This is one of the things I struggled with while I was a beginner, while I started hand lettering, and it was a real challenge. But yeah, as you practice, you'll figure out a way to get it right. So yeah, here if you see, the width of this letter is too much, and the width of the L is really little. So it shows an imbalance in your letters. So this entire thing is H, this is E. Even E can be expanded a little. This L is the right size. This is too small, and this one. Yeah. So yes, there is no hard and fast rule on how to keep the width of your letters. Generally, each letter has a different width. Now, suppose I say that now E comes within 2 blocks of this grid. It's easy for me to write an E within 2 boxes, but I cannot crunch a H within 2 boxes. Yep. So I cannot give you a hard and fast rule that all the letters should be of the same width. But here's the tip. For my lettering style, I am comfortable with having my H like in 3 boxes. Yeah. So, and I like to keep my E in 2.5 boxes. So 2.5 boxes here. And I also can keep my L is usually in 2, including the exit stroke. So for letters like L, I and J, which have only 1 thick stroke, probably 2 boxes should be fine. So yeah, so this is the ratio I follow. It doesn't have to be the same with you, because everyone has their unique style, but comparatively this ratio should work. Right. So now I showed you just for 3 letters, but the trick is that letters with single stroke, like a single thick stroke, like L's and I and J, for these 2 spaces are enough. But for letters like E, where you have a thick stroke and you also have a thin stroke, like O, E, and for V or for U, for these 2.5 is sufficient. So basically it is like, suppose you have a thick and a thin, 2.5. Suppose you have a thick stroke only, you can go for 2 cubes. And suppose you have a thick, a thin, and another thick stroke for letters like H and for letters like A. Yeah. So here you have a thick, a thin, and a thick. So I guess you're getting the idea of how I give width to my letters. So let's fix the width in this and see how it comes out. So here I'll keep my H within 3 of these cubes. E in 2.5 and my L within 2 blocks. So within 2 blocks. It doesn't have to be accurate. I am giving this tip so that you practice in these grid lines and try to get the width of your letters right. I highly recommend this because it is important. Your letters should look balanced no matter what style you go for. So here, if you noticed, it took 4 blocks and 2, and here it took 2.5, and here it's 1.5. It's really crunched in, and this is 2.5. So this O was right. Now if you see in this word, I have taken care of the spaces, and for L I give 2, for this L also 2, and for this is 2.5. So I hope you guys got an idea about how thick your letters should come so that it looks balanced and neat. You can see a drastic difference between this and this. This is really important. This tip is really important. You cannot find this in many worksheets because you wouldn't find the grid lines there. I would recommend you to practice on grid lines or dotted line notebooks. Once you get it right, then you can move to different worksheets and see if you're able to keep it consistent there also. Yeah, the most important thing is to practice your basic drills, and then you can move to all of these. Once you are getting better at your basic drills, you'll find these easy, and you'll start getting it with practice, and yeah, your letters will start looking really neat once you try to keep these in mind while you're lettering something. So yeah, we have come to an end of this video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope these tips helped you a lot. So yeah, it's me signing off. Have a great day ahead.